This is absolutely massive. Shiba Inu is making serious waves again, and this time, it's not just noise. A jaw-dropping 2.5 trillion SHIB tokens, worth over $31 million, have just been moved to Coinbase Institutional, and that one transaction has sent the entire Shiba Inu community into a frenzy. The charts might look calm, but behind the scenes, there's chaos brewing, in the best way possible. Could this be the start of a breakout? Is Coinbase preparing for something huge? And most importantly, what does this mean for current Shiba Inu holders? Let's break this all down, because what's happening right now could very well be a defining moment for Shiba Inu in 2025. It all started with a move that shook the crypto world. Over 2.5 trillion SHIB were sent from an unknown wallet directly to Coinbase Institutional Custody Platform. That kind of transfer isn't ordinary. It's not just some regular user moving tokens. This is big money. This is whale territory. And when whales start to make bold moves like this, it usually means something is happening. Something that hasn't been made public yet. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Around the same time, Shiba Inu's development team released a significant upgrade to both PuppyNet and the Shibarium mainnet nodes. Now, if you've been using Shiba Inu through wallets like MetaMask and experienced issues sending tokens, you're not alone. There was a bug causing failed transactions due to a missing feature in the Shibarium system. That's now been resolved. This wasn't a minor fix, it was urgent, and now the entire network is running smoother, faster, and more reliably than ever. Another key issue, missing mainnet snapshots, was also patched up. So the blockchain is now more transparent and trackable. These aren't just background updates. They signal something much more important. Shiba Inu's infrastructure is being stabilized and hardened, potentially in preparation for serious adoption and institutional entry. That alone starts to make that $31 million whale transfer make a whole lot more sense. But that's not all. Around the same time, something slipped under the radar that shouldn't have. A Twitter user pointed out that Shiba Inu just hit a new all-time high in total on-chain wallet holders. 1.5 million. That's not hype. That's real data. That's 1.5 million wallets actively holding SHIB, the highest number in the project's history. More wallets mean more belief in the project, more interest, and potentially more long-term holders. This kind of organic growth can't be ignored. And let's put that into context. You now have a network that's running better than ever thanks to critical updates, and at the same time, the community is hitting peak engagement. That's not a coincidence. That's momentum. That's structure. That's real foundational growth. So back to that whale transaction. What does it mean? When Whale Alert reported that 2.5 trillion SHIB were sent to Coinbase Institutional, it raised more than a few eyebrows. The default assumption in crypto is always, oh, they're about to dump. But in this case, that didn't quite fit. Why? Because this wasn't a typical sell-off. The tokens weren't sent to a retail exchange. They were moved to Coinbase Institutional, a service specifically designed for hedge funds, investment firms, and high-net-worth individuals. That changes everything. Transfers like this often signal one of two things. Either the whale is moving funds into institutional-grade custody for long-term holding, or they're preparing for participation in some larger event. Partnerships, integration, or staking. Either way, this isn't your typical panic move. It's strategic. It's calculated. And it points to deeper connections between Shiba Inu and institutional-level crypto activity. So is Coinbase gearing up for something involving SHIB? It's a strong possibility. Exchanges often make moves in silence before a big announcement. Whether it's a new staking feature, listing integration, or business development initiative. And when you combine all this with the technical upgrades and the growing community metrics, the whole picture starts to come into focus. Something is being set up, and we might be just weeks or months away from seeing it unfold. Now let's talk numbers again. While the price of SHIB might look quiet right now, no massive pump, no dramatic crash, there's one stat you can't ignore: trading volume. In just 24 hours, Shiba Inu's volume jumped nearly 90%, crossing over $270 million. That's a huge surge. And it doesn't just happen out of nowhere. People are buying, selling, rebalancing, positioning. This kind of volume spike is often a precursor to a major move. But this isn't just about Shiba Inu anymore. Something much bigger is happening in the crypto world, and it could be the spark that accelerates everything. Reports have just emerged that tech giants like Apple, Google, and Airbnb are in early-stage discussions about integrating stablecoins into their platforms. Think about that for a second. Some of the biggest companies on the planet are seriously exploring crypto payments. Not as an experiment, as a potential feature. This would be a massive shift toward mainstream adoption. We're talking about companies that touch nearly every part of modern life, opening the door for everyday crypto use. That would instantly legitimize the entire space and drive millions of users into DeFi, and possibly right into projects like Shiba Inu, which already have massive active user bases and working infrastructure. Put all this together and you get a story that's unfolding right in front of us. Shiba Inu's development team is on fire, fixing bugs and making the network more robust. The number of holders is growing. Whale activity is rising. Exchange volumes are climbing. And now global tech players are signaling that crypto is no longer on the fringes. It's becoming part of the future. And we haven't even touched on the biggest macro factor: Bitcoin. No matter how strong a project is, Bitcoin still sets the tone for the market. And right now, Bitcoin is holding steady around $100,000. It's quiet, and that silence is making people nervous, but in a good way. Everyone is watching. Everyone is waiting. And that's when the biggest moves usually happen, when the market goes still just before the explosion. A prominent crypto analyst on Twitter recently shared a forecast that turned heads. Bitcoin could reach between $140,000 and $150,000 by September or October 2025. That would be a massive rally, one that could pull the entire crypto market along with it. And if Shiba Inu continues developing, stabilizing, and growing during that time, it will be perfectly positioned to ride that wave. That's why this moment matters. Everything is lining up: strong development, a growing holder base, institutional interest, rising volume, and major macro trends leaning toward broader adoption. It's not just one piece of the puzzle, it's all of them falling into place at once. So, what should you take away from this? We might be on the edge of something historic. Shiba Inu isn't just another meme coin anymore. It's building an ecosystem. It's stabilizing a network. It's earning trust from serious players. And the next few months could very well be the most important chapter yet. But what's your opinion? Are we on the verge of something big? Could this whale move to Coinbase be the start of a new breakout? Let us know in the comments. And if you're curious to see what's coming next, make sure to check out the other videos on screen. And before you go, turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shiba Inu update. Missing one could mean missing a major opportunity. Also, help us spread the word. Share this video with your friends and community. Shiba Inu's story is far from over. In fact, it might just be getting started.